Be me yesterday, looking at my phone. Reddit front page serves me a post from r/natural bodybuilding. And I got to say, the algorithm got me pretty good on this because I don't really care about natural bodybuilding. But the subject of the post, the most efficient way to build your calves is to walk on your toes. And it had a scientific study to back it up. As someone who walks on their toes, I was like, yeah, tell me something I don't know, buddy. Look through the comments. Number 3 parent comment, also known as the northernlion way to train your calves. Reply +2. They got shooters everywhere, man. I'm just minding my own business. It reminds me like I was waiting for my daughter to finish an activity. So I was just sitting outside of the building, and the Reddit front page served me a post from r/play the bazaar that was like, I think YouTube wants me to watch this guy, and it was like 30 videos of mine in their suggested feed. And then all the comments were like, he fucking sucks ass at the bazaar. He's really funny though. He's probably my favorite streamer, but he fucking sucks ass. He sucks so much ass at the game, but I really enjoy watching his content. But I've been watching him for a decade, but he fucking sucks ass at the game. I'm just minding my own business, man. Living my life. You can't escape it. Apollo Letterboxd review dump. Yeah, Apollo did. And I was happy to see it because it makes Letterboxd more populated. I think he did review in like 3 words every movie he's ever seen in his entire life over the last couple of days. Let me see. I mean, I didn't take issue with too many of the reviews. I did like the Interstellar 4.5 star, and the review just says stellar. Or the 2.5 stars for Greenland that says meteor happens. 3 stars for Twisters. I can accept that. I gave it a 2.5. 1.5 stars for Ad Astra. Way to make a space movie boring. I would love to hit him with the like skill difference, but I actually think he's spitting with that one. I think Ad Astra is not very good. I respect that it was going for something a little bit more high-minded than like a Christopher Nolan movie, for example. But I didn't enjoy it as much, that's for sure. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, great movie to give it a half score since it's half a story, 2.5 stars. Okay, you got to take a... Listen, that's a sacred cow, man. You can't be out here with a Gen Z audience giving Across the Spider-Verse a 2.5 stars. That's self-harm. Half-star review, Dinner for Schmucks, that says, "Fuck you." That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. 5 stars for Coco. I would +2 that. 3.5 stars for Wicked. She's wicked smart. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. 4 stars for Palm Springs. The review says Andy Sandberg. I think that's honestly, that's a +2 review in my household. He's back on his trick shit. You know how I do, Corey. You know how it is. Corey, you know that when Dan posted the Reddit post of my watch and Malf said that's a $50,000 watch, and I replied, yes, sir, you know how we do. You know that was a joke, right? Does everybody in the Discord know that was a joke? This was not a $50,000 watch. You got me confused with XQC. The others may not have. You knew, but the others may not have. I gotta tell him, man. Wrist iced out like a freezer. Yes, sir. You know how we do. I did fill up my water bottle. Corey, have you ever done bike rides with maltodextrin? I think it's actually, like, it should be a banned substance, man. It's like rocket fuel. Who would have thought consuming 340 calories of pure sugar over a 90-minute bike ride is like, it makes you pedal faster and stronger. It just works, man. I don't know what you want me to say. It just works. It's a game changer, yeah. I used to squeeze the gel into my mouth. They're so expensive though, man. They're so expensive. Anytime I'm in the grocery store and I see someone grabbing the honey stinger waffles, I'm like, what's it like to be worth like $10 billion or something? You're paying like $22 per bike ride just for fuel? It's crazy, man. I'd rather buy gas, honestly. Says the man with the $50,000 watch. Yes, sir. You know how we do. I got your house on my wrist. This is mind-numbing. You're welcome. As opposed to most of the content on this website, which is very cerebral. There are new games. Yeah, guess what, buddy? There's going to be new games tomorrow, too. And the day after that. And the day after that. And the day after that. You're going to stop before the games stop. So I got to ask you something. If there's new games every day, are they really new? I will say, though, I've been helping my daughter play Little Kitty Big City. Now that's a game, man. She's been really enjoying Little Kitty Big City. Oh, it was doing tricks on it, man. It was doing tricks on it. She's a gamer. She doesn't really like objective max in Little Kitty Big City, but she does enjoy just walking around as a cat and then finding like a rock in the sun and taking a nap on top of the rock. And then yesterday's adventure, it's all emergent gameplay, right? She jumped into a trash can in the game, and when she tipped it over, a unicorn plushie came out. So she grabbed it and took it to the nap spot and took a nap and said, "This is my plushie. I got it in the trash can." Then it was bath time. She pretended the towel was the unicorn plushie and was like, "This is my plushie. I got it in the trash can." Who says video games can't affect your real life, man? She is whimsymaxxing. Anyone tell me why Japanese coffee shops open at like 11 a.m.? I can't, but I'm still waiting for somebody to tell me why North American cafes close at 3, man. Like, don't get me wrong. I get that you don't want to, you go to work at like 5 in the morning. You don't want to be at work for like 17 hours a day. But like, all the good bread is baked by bakeries and cafes. But I want to buy bread after I pick up my daughter from school. All the cafes close at 3:30. I go to Cobb's. It's fine. I'm not a Cobb's enjoyer, but like in a pinch, I'm not gonna say it's terrible bread. It's just like I feel like you can do better. What about Brecca? They don't really do bread. I mean, I respect that Brecca is like the only place in Vancouver that recognizes that they're in like a city with 3 million people. So them staying open 24 hours is kind of sick. But like, I've never gone into Brecca and been like, hook me up with, a sourdough loaf or something like that. But if I've gone into Brecca and been like, give me some like salmon chowder, and it's pretty good. How about Olivier's? Here's the thing. Olivier's is one of the brands that stocks the grocery stores here, Corey. The bread is good. I think it's pretty good for grocery store bread, but I imagine if you get it straight from the bakery, it's probably closer to divinity, right? Cartem's going out of business. Listen, we probably should not start with Vancouver posting, but the reaction to Cartem's going out of business is pissing me off. Even if they're not your favorite donut shop in Vancouver, people were like celebrating the death of Cartem's, which makes good donuts because the donuts are expensive. Buddy, do you understand how business works? If they could make the donuts cheaper and have that be viable for their business, they would have done it. That's the way it fucking works, man. You should look at it instead as a tragedy. The fact that the rent is so fucking expensive that they have to charge $8 for a donut in order to reach viability. That's the reason we need to solve the fucking housing crisis, because it has ripple effects on the whole fucking city, dude. $8 is too much for a donut? I know! That's why they're going out of business, man! But if they offered them for $5, they would have gone out of business like 18 months ago. They wouldn't have been able to do anything. You don't get it, man. The people are taking it like, that's what you get for charging $8 for a fucking donut, man. You gotta think past the first impulse that pops into your little peanut brain. Also, I saw what people were saying. I think the donuts were good. Cartem's, I mean, there was a time they were probably my favorite donut in the city. These days, I'm still a cake donut guy, so I would say Lucky's is maybe like my go-to. Lee's Donuts is pretty good, but not to be cynical, but I think it's kind of like it's not going to last forever. Because like the location on Granville Island is good, but now they're expanding like everywhere. Like I'm sure within 2 years, they'll probably have a a franchise inside of the airport, and that'll be like the end of the donuts being good at all because they're becoming a business instead of a bakery, which is fine. But I'm just like Brendan Gleeson in Banshees of Inisherin. I'm not fucking with you anymore. I'm just not FWU anymore, Colin Farrell. You see Mellows closing on Arbutus? You're going to turn me into a hater. I've eaten just about every sweet treat this city has to offer, okay? A lot of people were going crazy for the Mellow donuts. I took my daughter to Mellow Donuts. I ate one of the donuts, and I was like, I can see why people would like this, but it's not for me. It's just it's a brioche donut. The bread's good. It's pretty cheap, but it's like coated in sugar, too dense, and then they use like the injector to put the flavor in the middle. And for me, I'm like, it's just not. I'm a cake donut Andy. No disrespect to Mellow, because I think that maybe they're among the best at doing what they do, but I prefer a cake donut. How can it be too dense if you like a cake donut? Well, cake is less dense than bread, man. That's why it's tastier. And then people get mad because they're like, a fucking donut shouldn't be $4.50. Okay, then go to Tim Hortons and pay $2.75 for a donut that fucking sucks ass, man. Bread donuts are lighter. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, motherfucker? There's bread donuts, aka yeast donuts. There's cake donuts, but you don't know shit about brioche donuts. You haven't gotten to that level yet, okay? They're still being incubated. A cake donut is denser than a yeast donut, but a brioche donut is denser than the other two put together. I don't know if that's how density works. I guess it would probably be less dense than the most dense thing if you added them together, necessarily speaking, but you get the idea. You said bread, though? Well, yeah, bread is less dense. Sorry, bread is denser than cake, at least the bread I eat. A yeast donut is less dense than a cake donut. Motherfucker, no. You're crazy. You're insane. If you took a slice of multigrain bread and compared it with an equivalent slice of cake, now here's the caveat. You have to take the icing off of the cake. The bread would weigh more than the cake. 100%. 100%. If you're in North America, at least, if you're in Europe and you're making the cakes out of like fucking rye and bark, then it might be a different story, okay? Over here, the cakes are light and fluffy and the breads are dense. Thoughts on Lee's Donuts? I'm sorry to inform you, you are 6 minutes and 40 seconds too late. The Cliff Notes, if I'm on Granville Island, I'll wait in a 15-minute line to get a half a dozen Lee's Donuts. Favorite Granville Island stall. Corey, you still here? You still here? What's the name of the European deli again, where they treat you very brusquely? I just spam chowder whenever I go in there. Haven't you only been there one time? Which is fine, but like, what do you say like every time? I've been to Vancouver 8 times? Damn, that's kind of crazy, actually. I didn't know. What do you mean by Europe? I don't mean anything by Europe. What I mean is, what's the name of the fucking deli in Granville Island? Granville Island Deli. Oyama Sausage Company. That's the one, man. See, was that so hard, man? The 5-star reviews are always like, this is the best meat, cheese, and pate I've ever had. And the 1-star reviews are like, the lady behind the counter looked at me like I was an idiot when I told her I wanted 300 grams of salami. And I've been on both sides of the coin. I've been on both sides of the coin. I have. What's wrong with 300 grams? I don't know. I just think that they're stressed out because like all day there's a line at their store. And then like, there's no downtime. How do you have 10K viewers playing the most boring game ever known to man? First off, this is not the most boring game ever known to man. Civ 7 came out on Friday. No disrespect, Sid Meier. Secondly, you're going to say that's boring when we get the cup in the cup? That's boring? Get in there, England. See, now, at first you're like, we just got to get the cup in the cup. But now you're like, oh shit, I got the cup in the cup, but backwards. So now I got a side quest. I got to knock the cup out of the cup. I don't need a game to tell me what the side quest is. It's not like when you were a kid and you went to the fucking playground, some shit popped up on your HUD and it was like, optional, go to the swings. Dig in the sandbox. You got one main quest, buddy. Enjoy your life. And I'm sorry to tell you, this shit is permadeath, in my personal opinion, at least. So I personally encourage you to educate yourself a little bit before you go around saying ignorant shit like that. When I was a kid, I was the king of carrot flowers. No, you weren't, man. You're like the 800... Excuse me. No, you weren't. When I was a king, I was the kid of carrot flowers. No, you fucking weren't, man. You're like the 800th person that said that. You can't all be the king of carrot flowers. Kid of carrot flowers? Whatever, man. I love you, Jesus Christ, or whatever. Dad shouldn't... Dude, you're so right. I am from the song right now. Dad is throwing the garbage all across the floor, man. Well, we would lay and learn what each other's were for. You made it sound worse? Yeah, I mean, like it's one of the best albums of all time. Of course I made it sound worse. Fucking peak. Oh, what a shot, man. There, what a head, dude. What a head. Did you see that shit? That was fucking clean, man. Oh, yeah. We did the badminton into the cup one. Don't even worry about that. Honestly, that was easy. Someone said the next one made them quit the game. And that's exciting for me. That was me? Okay, king of carrot flowers. Let me guess. Your mom would drink until she was no longer speaking type shit? And dad would dream of all the different ways to die or whatever? Real original. You think stubbornness is a virtue? I do in this circumstance, and I'll tell you why. Sometimes people are like, NL is so annoying that you're so stubborn. And I'm like, buddy, you guys are strangers to me. No disrespect. Why would I trust a stranger's opinion over what I believe in my heart of hearts to be true? If a family member was like, hey, stop doing that, or a trusted friend was like, hey, do it this way instead, I would immediately take it under advisement because they passed the skill check. Their charisma stat is high enough. But then somebody in chat that doesn't even have a sub badge is like, you're so stubborn? And I'm like, yeah, because I'm doing what I want to do instead of what you want me to do. I don't even know who you are, dude. You're probably from like Slovenia. There's nothing wrong with that, but we've never even breathed in the same atoms. And yet somehow you feel like you should have some kind of dominion over my behavior? I also think it's kind of important to be stubborn on Twitch. Because I feel like I'm not going to say what I do is art, but media that's created by committee has an increasing chance of being unremarkable, in my opinion. Now, media that's created by one person or a small group of people with a singular vision has a much better chance of being ass and also of being a masterpiece, but either way, a much, much higher probability of at least being interesting to some people. But I also understand. I think about this from time to time, because there are people, they'll write something like, oh, NL's my favorite streamer, but if only he would change this one thing, he would be even better. And it seems so seductive. You're like, I could just change this one thing and I would finally be perfect. But you realize that there's 100,000 people that all have their one thing. And if you went, that's Mr. Beast. You've created Mr. Beast. And when I would finally reach perfect form, you wouldn't be fucking with me anymore. I'm here and you're here because I'm driving the bus. Sometimes you get pissed off at the bus driver. Trust me, sometimes I get pissed off at the bus driver too. But there's a reason I'm holding the steering wheel, and there's a reason that every now and then you say, hey, the bus is almost here. I can't wait to be on this journey together. Now, sometimes he's going to stink the joint up. But sometimes he's going to take you on a detour it's possible not that many other people in the city are familiar with, to be honest. I don't even know what I'm doing, to be straight. This isn't how I saw this week going. But after playing it for 5 hours, I said to myself, I gotta see where this goes. It would be disingenuous of me to be like, no, that's too much Trick Shot Simulator. Let's play the newest roguelike that just came out. I might never get another chance to see where this road goes, man. I long for the days of Flint Hook. Oh, come on now. Oh, we did it. We did it. Okay, hang on. George voice, it moved. Yes, man. There are a lot of times in the series George was right. One time when George was wrong, he shouldn't have peed in the shower. Now, I think it's okay to pee in the shower, but it's not okay to pee in the gym shower. It is the same pipes, though. It's not the same surface, but it is the same pipes. Was he wrong about the eclair? There's a window of food being untouched in the garbage can of about 10 seconds. If it's been untouched for 10 seconds in the garbage can, it's savable. If the lid in the garbage can has closed, it's tainted by garbage air. Like do you ever notice like when you open the garbage can, the interior of the can is warmer than the environment in which the can exists? That's why even if it's not physically touching any other surface, it still gets tainted by the garbage. It's like a reactor. Yeah, exactly. I don't do it, but I'm saying if that eclair was in there on the wrapper for 10 seconds, he's okay. Any longer than that, though, wouldn't be me. Why defend it if you don't do it? Because I'm an empath, idiot. I don't do fucking, like, women's hockey. I still support it. Double dip on a date? Well, it gets complicated, right? There's some things you don't do because it's not, like, safe to do, and there's some things you don't do because it's just not done. Double dipping at a party is just not done. Is it the grossest thing that you could do at a party that's already accepted? No, probably not. Like, it's probably less bad to experience a little double dipping than to stand in a small circle of people and yell because the music is too loud, thus polluting each other's lungs with whatever like bacteria and viruses you got in your respiratory system. But one thing is normalized, so it's okay, and the other thing is not normalized, so it's not okay. So you don't double dip. Taste my drink. Thank you for making me feel like I'm not crazy. Whenever people are like, except for my wife, whenever people are like, do you want a sip of my drink? I'm like, no, man, I don't. People will lose their mind if you double dip, but they'll be like, do you want a sip of my beer? Don't worry, just drink from the other side of the cup. I'm not defending double dipping. I don't do it in public. I will say, I personally feel like people are a little bit over scared of the double dipping. There's no backwash? Buddy, there's always backwash. You can't, even if it's like an imperceptible amount of backwash, there's always backwash. I waterfall, so I'm not worried about it. Is that like snowballing, or am I confused? Air gap style? You can't take a sip air gap style. You can take one gulp air gap style. You can't take a sip from the air. If you try to take a sip from the air, you're spilling 2 sips over the edge of the glass due to how magnetic water is. Magnetic? You know what I mean. Like the fucking molecules stick to each other. Also, maybe this means I don't have whimsy anymore. But like if I order an IPA and the person I'm with orders a lager and then they go, do you want a sip of my lager? If it's my wife, I'll take a sip of the lager. If it's a friend, I'm like, nah, bro, I'm okay. I know what lagers taste like. That's why I ordered an IPA. I'll basically do whatever my wife asks me to do, but I'll evaluate it on my own principles if someone who is not my wife asks me to do it. I like sharing food, family style. I'm not one of those people who's like, let's all go to the Chinese restaurant and order our own thing. I'm one of those people that's like every adult picks one dish and then we all take like a little bit of each. But like, I mean, listen, if the homie wanted a sip, I'd have to evaluate it on a homie by homie basis. But I would rather not, though. I would rather we get 2 rounds and then we swap beers after round 1. Mouth getting a sip? I don't think he would ask. I don't think Mouth would ask for it. Well, actually, I don't know. You never know with that guy. He might ask for it. I'd have to evaluate it. I'd have to see how it was in the moment. I'm not going to carte blanche say no, and I'm not going to carte blanche say yes. It's not just to protect me from them, by the way. It's also to protect them from me. You're actually the sick guy, so maybe you're right. That's what I'm saying, man. What if it's the best sip of your life? Ow! Well, then I'd rather not have the best sip of my life, because that would mean that I'd finished something. I'd finished the quest. I don't want to finish the quest. I want the bar to always be 2% away from filling up, because that's where you experience like true joy. I did see that he was talking about discontinuing the income tax and just moving to like a sales tax based system nationwide. And I was like, I feel like in the medium to long term, that's obviously catastrophic. But for like 1 or 2 years, that would be kind of sick for me at least. Like 10 years later, you would probably be like, wow, that was a horrible mistake. But for like the 2 years that you didn't have to do your taxes and then file them, you would be like, you know what it would be like? It would be like a night of binge drinking. At like 12:30 a.m., you would be like, why don't we do this more often? And then like when you woke up, you would be like, I'm never doing that again. I'm never doing that again. We should be doing this like every night, man. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. We need more money. We have to like build and maintain shit. Did you see the conservatives are going to abolish the income tax? Did you see that God recently created 2 individuals, Adam and Eve, and put them in like this paradise called the Garden of Eden? Yeah, we were just talking about that, man. Did you see that like an extremely dense like ball of matter exploded and has created the fabric of space and time that we currently inhabit today? That happened a while ago. It's only like 6,000 years, man. Confused scientist who thinks that the universe started 6,000 years. Wait, maybe that's not confused. Maybe that's what some people actually believe. If you believe the Earth is 6,000 years old, do you also believe that the universe is 6,000 years old? Or do you believe that the universe is like older, but the Earth is more recent? They believe the universe is 6,000 years old. Aren't we seeing? I know this sounds crazy. I guess they just don't believe in it. But like, isn't the shit that they're capturing from the James Webb Telescope like what that part of the universe looked like 100 billion years ago or something? I guess there's no way to test it until like an alien holds up a newspaper or something with the day's date on it. And if you see the fucking tentacle monster and it's like January 1st, -7 billion, you're like, oh, fuck. All right, get ready. That would be sick, man. And he's got a banana for scale. Exactly. I used to believe that. It's all right. Like, we probably believe some fucking stupid stuff right now that in like 200 years, people will be like, can you believe that people used to believe that? But we're even worse because we're saying, can you believe people used to believe that about some shit, as if we're not also believing that shit about some shit. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say I've given up hope for progress in my lifetime. That's needlessly doomer. I definitely think there's still like some advances to be made that could improve quality of life. For one, I firmly believe in the next 4 decades or so, we will have a viable biodegradable straw that isn't as bad for the environment as plastic, but also can stand up to the rigorous ask of not falling apart before your drink is finished. Bamboo. Yeah, but then they're like, oh. I don't know. I don't see people running like disposable bamboo straws. Maybe the bamboo straw is like too expensive it fucks up the margins of the smoothie place or whatever. Paper straws, they're not, like I use them, they're not good. I'm sorry. We have bigger problems as a society, don't get me wrong, but the paper straws are pretty bad. And yeah, stainless steel, but like I hate to be this guy, but like, I just can't be fucked to carry a metal straw around with me anywhere. Like, I'm not wearing a backpack my whole life, like every time I go outside. I think that's an unrealistic ask. Like if your policy decision requires every person in the city to wear a backpack, I just don't think that it's going to happen. I don't think you're ever going to hit, mass adoption. What happened to your crossbody? It's full, man. It doesn't hold as much as, well, I mean, it's got a wallet. It's got all my ID. It's got my car keys, picture of my daughter, all this cash I can't offload because nobody wants it anymore. And then there's no space for the straw, man. Why not just put your wallet in your pocket then? Because then that defeats the whole purpose of having the crossbody. I have the crossbody so that I don't have to put the wallet in my pocket. You could just give me a fucking straw. Just give me a straw that works, man. There's telescopic straws. I'm not going to do it. I don't know what to tell you. This is like my line in the sand for straws. I would rather just, here's the solution that I have. I'm not carrying a metal straw everywhere. I'll use the shitty paper straws. But I'm going to complain about it a little bit. But I would also complain about carrying a metal straw, because there would be times where I would like get a smoothie at 11 a.m. and then be out for like 7 hours and then like just put my bag on the shelf and then go out the next day and be like, what's that smell? Oh, it's the fucking plant fiber stuck between the bezels of your telescopic straw because you forgot to wash it. Oh, good. Fantastic. No, I'll use the shit paper straw, okay? Wash it then. Buddy, you don't even wash your legs. And I understand the straw nihilists that are like, I just don't use a straw. If you were smoothie maxing, you'd understand. It's very hard to drink a smoothie without a straw. Almost anything else you can get away with it, but you need a straw for a smoothie. Just get a spoon. They don't make those anymore either, man. They don't make those anymore either. Just add more liquid. How about I'm going to keep like living my life and they can just like, I don't know, introduce more tapioca or something into the straw so it doesn't break down so fast. Don't complain then. You're complaining about me complaining. I'm at work right now. You should just fucking leave if you're annoyed by the complaining. You can solve your day. If you want to solve my problem, let me do something for you in return because I'm so grateful. I'm going to solve yours. You should remove yourself from the ecosystem. Dr. Pangloss ass fucking rhetoric. Talk about how good everything is all the time. That shit's not fucking funny, man. They'll be like, hey, whoa, it's nice and sunny today. We live in the best of all possible worlds. No, we don't, dude. I can easily conceive of a better straw. It's exactly the same as the existing straws. It just has like a little more structural integrity. Surely there's a fucking chemical engineer that can invent this process, man. What they're gonna send me a DM and it's gonna radicalize me because the DM is gonna be like, they actually invented it back in 1987, but the margins are all fucked up. It costs 3 extra cents per straw to make it for the extra tapioca. The other thing is, can't they just like burn the plastic straws so they don't mess with the turtles or whatever? Because it would use a lot of energy to make the fire, but what if you just like threw them in a volcano or something? I'm not trolling. It would release a lot of gas. Well, phase 2 is you catch the gas in like a big balloon and then tie it off. And then what? Dig a hole and bury the balloon? I don't know. That sounds like it could work. Yeah, burn the balloon. Why didn't I think of that? It is kind of crazy to me that there's no... Is there any country that like throws their garbage in a volcano? I guess I probably have a rudimentary vision of volcanoes in my head as like an open hole at the top of a mountain with bubbling lava underneath. Mount Doom Municipal Dump. When I lose my 300 Bitcoin ledger wallet, but it went to the Mount Doom Municipal Dump. Can I tell you guys a funny story about my fridge? Our fridge has been unreliable. It works at keeping stuff cold, which is what it's there for. But maybe like once a year, it fucks up something that's annoying. Like it beeps like crazy. Or like the lights don't work or whatever. So last night, we opened the fridge and it went beep, beep, beep. So this was not the door ajar alarm where if you've left your fridge door open, it goes like beep, close me, beep, close me. It just was beeping incessantly. So we tried to troubleshoot it for like half an hour and then we said, you know what? We'll just call a technician. We'll have a technician come over as soon as possible. So I booked it. We lived with the beeping for the rest of the night. Every time you open the fridge, it was annoying because when you would open your fridge, it would beep. But you're like, that's no big deal. So go to bed, wake up in the morning, 5:15, open the fridge door to get my coffee, and I'm like, I'm scared it's going to wake my whole family up, right? Imagine my surprise when I opened the fucking fridge and it didn't beep. And I said, oh shit. I love when that happens, when you have a problem and you're stressed about it, but then like you wait a little while and the problem just goes away. Imagine my surprise when I closed the door and that motherfucker started beeping with the door closed, which is, I thought it was bad when it was beeping when the door was open. When the door is closed, that's like a fridge's state 99.8% of the day. That's way worse. So it just started beeping incessantly with the door closed, and I went, oh, fuck. And I like Googled it, and I was like Reddit, and trying to figure out what the error code this, blah, 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 blah. And that all of them were like, you need to grab a screwdriver and pry off the hinge panel, and there's probably a shorted wire somewhere, blah, 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 blah. I don't have time for that shit. It's 5:20 in the morning at this point. I opened the door, closed it, beep, opened it, closed it, beep, opened it, closed it, silence. Have not opened it since. I don't know what's going to happen next, but it's not beeping anymore. The technician is still coming at some point. Take it out until the tech comes. No, I need a fridge. I have food in there. If anything, though, I want a dumber fridge. Like, if my fridge and freezer are keeping things cold, I don't want it to ever make noise. If it can't keep things cold anymore, it should sound the alarm. If it has any other problem, it should just display an error code rather than beeping. That's my preference, at least. What if you leave it open? It can be. I'm not going to lie. That saved me a couple times. Who leaves the fridge open? You know, sometimes you're like eating cheese out of the fridge and looking at your phone, and then you just sort of like walk away. Never happened to me. You should try it sometime. It's pretty... I'm not saying it happens like, you know, once a year, but it's happened to me before in my life. And then I've been in bed and heard like beep, and I'm like, oh shit, somebody left the fridge open. Are we ready to admit yet that AI is actually useful? Hats on, hats. Why are you're being a guy right now, and it's guy who is upset that nobody's talked about AI for 15 minutes. Don't be that guy. No, there was not even any semblance. There was no shade on AI this stream, and there was no glazing on AI this stream. So why are you popping in the stream talking about AI? I did get served a post on Reddit this morning that was like 43 years old. Finally managed to lose some weight thanks to ChatGPT. And in his before picture, he just looked like a normal guy. And I was like, let me guess, he lost like 10 pounds. And the after photo, dude was cut the fuck up like Tug Speedman. I was like, what the fuck did ChatGPT do to you, man? You're like a fitness model now. That shit's crazy. Now, he did the work, don't get me wrong. But I was like, okay, I'm a little impressed. ChatGPT edited the photo. That would be a fucking twist, man. Oh, man. Did you read his explanation? No, this was literally like 8:59. I had to start streaming. Their explanation was I couldn't be bothered reading the calories myself, so I just asked ChatGPT to count it for me. If AI has one hater, it's me. But that actually seems like pretty smart to me. Now, I think they could have also just put in the work, but at the same time, that's using it as a tool, I think, instead of as like a god. So I'll accept that. It could be wrong, though. Yeah, but like if it's wrong, like whatever. He's got abs. So it can't be that wrong. My ass could be wrong too. Yeah, I'll give you that's fair. That's fair. They tend to be bad at math. I'm not glazing ChatGPT. I'm just saying he's got a six-pack and the triangle at the bottom, okay? So if anything, I'm anti-glazing the AI, but he used it as a tool and it worked for him, okay? He has the CGs. He has the CGs. As a cardio maxer, are you a headband guy or a bandana guy? Headband guy. Bandana plus bald makes you look like a pirate. Bandana plus bald equals pirate. And not captain. Not even first mate. Usually like maybe like the guy who tells the lowly knaves on the ship to swab the poop deck. First coxswain type shit. My mom got me a $100 Lululemon gift card for Christmas like 5 years ago. I bought 5 of the exact same Lululemon headband. and have been using them ever since. There's 4 left. I don't know what happened to the 5th one because it's a closed system. The headbands never make it outside of the house. Wait, that's not, maybe it's in my backpack along with my metal straw now that I think about it. I never thought about it, man. The explosion of Lululemon is crazy. I remember, maybe now that I think about it, I've never interpreted the story like this, but I had a friend in university. This was like 2010 in Kingston, Ontario. So to get Lululemon, this was like still at the point of like e-commerce spreading out through the entire country. So you couldn't just go to like lululemon.com and get them delivered to your house in Kingston like 2 days later. She had a pair of Lululemon yoga pants that she had worn for like 2 years. She sold them on Kijiji for like $10 off the MSRP of what the yoga pants cost new. And she had like 50 bites in a day. It was crazy. Kijiji is Canadian Craigslist, although I think it kind of got swallowed up by Facebook Marketplace. Oh, as soon as I launched it, I locked in because I was like, that one's perfect. I came back an hour later, you still haven't made the shot? The shot doesn't matter. I'm not the same motherfucker you saw before you left. I've changed in response to my environment. What's your excuse? When does the new you make the shot? Hopefully not for a while. I still got a lot to learn. Isn't it the soup Nazi who's the dealer in Austin Powers as well? That sounds right to me. We get a few chances to bink it, man. We get a few chances to bink it. All we got to do is tap it in. But if we don't hit it in like 20 cups, it's going to disintegrate. Yes! He always makes it when I'm not looking. Yeah, but you're probably like, I bet you haven't been looking for like 50% of the time for the last hour and 40 minutes, man. You're always not looking when I'm shooting. What do you expect? If you're not looking when I make a shot, you're not going to see it when it goes in the cup. This is the one that made a chatter rage quit the game. Okay. Balatro time? You got the wrong guy. It's crazy there's still some people out there that don't think Balatro's Game of the Year 2024. Nobody's popping into my chat going, hey, play fucking... What even came out last year? No one's popping into my chat saying, hey, play God of War Ragnarok. No one's... Yeah, that's right. No one's popping into my chat saying, hey, play Black Myth Wukong. Whoo, whoo, whoo! UFO 50, though. Astrobot, you got the wrong guy. You got the wrong guy. I own 0 Funko Pops. You got the wrong guy. Yeah, I'm throwing the body of Christ in the club. Does it have to be sequenced as 1, 2, 3? I have no problem with you as a human being. But you ever be in like a college class of 400 people and the teacher explains the assignment very, very apparently and then says, does anybody have any questions? And then some person puts up their hand and asks a question that they and everybody else in the audience already knows the answer to because they take, does anyone have any questions as a challenge to come up with a question? Yes, you got to do it in 1, 2, 3, man. That's the order. 1, 2, 3. Could be 3, 2, 1. You guys aren't cut out for this, to be honest with you. You're not cut out for this. Oh. Sick. Okay. Might not get that many chances at this. Okay, now, honestly, valid attempt. Valid attempt. Not too bad. We go again. Your vocal tendencies just scratch the proverbial itch. Mods! You got the wrong stream. Thank you, though. Guys, I think this one might take a bit. Oh! Oh! Go back to 3. Shit's like my tennis class now. Okay, 3. Good try on the 3 now. Give me some 1s. We're gonna be taking these ones to 1. 1, nice try, nice try. Don't forget you gotta spread your arms. Now back to 2. Back to 2, back to 2. Rack it back earlier, back to 2, back to 2, rack. Okay, now good. 3s. Give me some 3s. Don't forget to go to split step, ready position, split step, ready position. And we're gonna go back to 1 really quick. World record for this one, 6 minutes, 27 seconds. Yeah, there's a lot of people like me out there. You can't say that. Listen, I can say it. I'm not willing to get tested because this shit, every time I send him an email, they're like, it's gonna be 18 months. Man, fuck your 18 months. I'll just keep assuming if it serves me. I'll just keep playing both sides whenever, like, flip-flopping serves the purpose of the bit, okay? Save the hardest one for last. You don't get it, do you? None of us is making it out alive. You just don't, you don't understand. It's the box doesn't have any doors, man. The cell doesn't have doors. It's 10,000 feet tall. Easy. Guys, I think Canada's going to lose the Four Nations face-off. I saw the video of the Canadian players saying who they think should play a Super Bowl halftime show, and I think our team is cursed. Like, 9 out of the 10 people they asked said Drake.
To a halftime show. I'll say Drizzy. Drake?
I was going to say Drake.
Drake.
Swifty, all day.
Drake, no question.
Maybe Drake?
Morgan Wallen.
Tragically hip.
Nickelback.
Zach Top.
Morgan Wallen.
Chris Stapleton? Has he done one before?
Drake.
Eminem.
Ryan Adams.
Coldplay. To a halftime show. Chris Stapleton.
Morgan Wallen. He's seen Post Malone the most by, so I'm going to just stick with him. I like watching the show.
And then like 3 people said Morgan Wallen, and 1 dude said Nickelback. Crosby did say Coldplay, which is bad for its own reasons. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Do they know? Nick Drake's been dead for 50 years. That's why I'm so confused, man. Although he would fucking kill at the halftime show. You will take the road that takes you to the side, and I will take the road that will see you through. I will see the road that will see you through. That would be, he would fucking kill it, dude. I did see the photo of Brock Nelson looking like he was born in 1926. If 3 is the hardest, you should do 3 first. You really don't get it, do you? You just don't get it. It's not your fault. You know what? At this point, it is your fault. It is your fault at this point. There's an order to this shit. There's layers to it. 1 comes before 3. Do you have to go in order? Are you ever embarrassed that your first impulse is to ask for a hint? Or a trick? Or for someone else to set it up for you so you could knock it down? You don't feel like no shame or nothing? Yes, a little bit? All right, then we're brothers as far as I'm concerned. Are these AA chips? Yeah, I get 3 in a row or I break my 17-year sobriety streak. Fuck. No! Another round. I'm having a great time on well, on stream, I guess, deliberately coming up with the dumbest interpretations of movies. That being said, there is a part of me that is like, they should do another round, but like, just be more rigid. Your Substance one goes crazy. It's a pretty good movie, even though it's just about an old lady who sucks ass at taking medicine. Yeah. I still do the Whiplash one. I mean, I really think that there is a valid interpretation that Whiplash is about a lost young man and a teacher who just refuses to give up on him. Like that seems like a fair interpretation of it, man. It makes me so mad. Oh man. This is not brain rot. That's brain rot. This is Zen. You don't get it. Something being boring doesn't make it brain rot. Something being exciting but having no actual quality to it is brain rot. This is boring. This is brain exercise. This is brain genesis. Like, this is so much less of a cognito hazard than like an Undertale Let's Play. This content has you guys typing like real motherfuckers in chat. You're typing with emotion. You're typing, good luck. You're typing, I can't watch this shit. You're typing, I can't bear to be a part of this experience anymore. You're feeling something. You're feeling something human, man. When you watch an Undertale Let's Play, all you're typing is like, hey, if you go back to Snuffy, Snuffy has a new shirt that you can wear that would increase the size of your hitbox when you get into combat with Sans. That shit is not real, man. This is real. How do you think you do in solitary confinement? Bad, but better than average. I don't think anybody's going to be doing great, but I think I would mog the average individual in solitary, but still have a bad time. How would you do an interrogation? I'd tell them whatever they wanted to know, even if I didn't know it, probably before they even did anything to me. When I was like 12, I was kind of like, what's wrong with torture, you know? If you don't want to be tortured, I guess, like, don't be a bad guy. And then as you get older and hopefully less stupid, you're like, I think I see the problem with torture. I don't know if we should necessarily be doing that to other people, regardless of what they do. But secondarily, I just think the information you get is unreliable, man. Like, if you hook up a fucking car battery to my balls or something, I'll start telling you shit that I'm responsible for shit that happened before I was even born. I would tell you whatever I think would get the electricity to stop shocking me in the balls, man. Now, doing the execution tier list, I thought I was built different, but after like 90 minutes of talking about like the worst ways that mankind has ever designed to extinguish another person's life, it was like, it kind of does wear on you mentally. You know, like 45 minutes in, you're like, would I rather be crushed by a big rock slowly rolled over on top of me, or would I rather have my limbs cut off and then have my body covered in honey and sent out on a boat for birds to eat me? And you're like, what? Let's start with the obvious. They're both really bad. They're both really bad. No, I am a big proponent of the idea that, like, if they put you on the rack, there's a point probably right before you died when it would actually feel amazing. Like, I think at first you would just be like, I'm just laying down. But then after like 2 cranks on the rack, you would be like, oh, fuck, that feels great. And then the 3rd crank would like sever your spine, in my opinion. Should I take my 4-year-old to the chiropractor? I don't know. I'm just trying to get some life in chat. Probably. Yeah. We've talked about this before, and I apologize because there's probably some chiropractors here or somebody whose parents or like uncle or aunt is a chiropractor. It blew my mind. There's a lot of shit I don't know about the world, even though I'm in my mid-30s, right? Because there's shit like I've never interfaced with a chiropractor. I thought until I was like 28 that chiropractors were like kind of real doctors. Like I didn't think you had to go to medical school, But I thought maybe you had to go to you get a 4-year degree and then like another 2 years of chiropractor school or something like that. And then after that, I found out that they're not doctors. But I was like, okay, they're not doctors, but like there's still probably like some science that backs it up. And then it turns out that there's no science that backs it up at all. And then I thought, well, there's no science that backs it up, but maybe it works, like regardless. And then it turns out that the answer is no. It doesn't do anything except possibly injure you. But acupuncture kind of works. This shit doesn't make any... How can fucking cracking your back not fix it? But shoving a needle into your elbow can, like, cure your IBS. That doesn't work either. Okay, what about, like, reflexology, where they, like, give you a foot massage and it cures your ulcerative colitis? Not that one either. Substance polycule. I know that's right. Who's got to take the old lady, though? Before you get mad, the point of the joke is that she's not even that old. Okay? She's not that old. If your favorite movie is Heat, you 100% drink Heineken. I love the impulse of the young man. That is like, if you do something that I don't like, you probably do another thing that I don't like too. These guys are good. These guys are good. This crew is good. That's not Don Cherry voice. Don Cherry is like, look at this. Put that clip up. Look at this. Good old Etobicoke boy. Look at him. Always keep your head up when you're skating, kids. That's why I always tell them. Don't I tell it? Yes, you do. Yes, you do, Don. Because you don't want that to happen when you're, yeah, look at that. You ever hear Don Cherry's Rock'em Sock'em rap? Rock'em Sock'em videos were, they were VHS tapes released every year that included compilations of the biggest body checks and fights of that season in the NHL. Yes, man. He hasn't arrived yet. Just give it a second. Let's go! Let's go!
Listen, never turtle. If you do that, they'll call you Myrtle.
Let's go!
Let's go!
This could be fun.
He could dangle, he could score.
Who's that? It's Bobby Orr! Let's go! Let's go!
Who's the best I often ponder right now? It's Stevie Wonder.
Let's go! Let's go! Who's the best I often ponder? Right now it's Stevie Wonder. Let's go! Don't worry, it's not that long, okay? It's only like 5 or 6 minutes long.
Blue, what a pop. Oh, how she loves the Stanley Cup. Hockey man is what I am. Let's go! Listen to what I say. Play that game the Canadian way. Hockey man is what I am. Let's go!
Let's go! Yeah, they kind of run it back a few too many times, I would say. For my 2 cents. I mean, between the sirens and the screaming, and, I think it's it's kind of an assault on the senses. Oh, man. Oh, dude, that's fucking funny. I mean, it's also crazy that, like, he's speaking English, and, like, half the time I don't know what the fuck he's saying, man. The Canadian way, let's go! This man was also, we did, like, a television mini-series on the CBC in, like, 2006. I believe he was voted, like, the 11th greatest Canadian in the history of the country. Isn't he racist? Yeah. He was like a little less openly racist in 2006, maybe. Or maybe the culture changed around him and made him appear worse, even though he didn't change. But yeah, it was pretty bad. What's your top 10? Well, he's number 1. That's easy. Who's VIP Daniel? Are you here? Who's the lady who hosts the show on the CTV? She has red hair, and like all the ads are always like, "You won't believe what she did," and it's like her with photoshopped handcuffs on and stuff like that. Mary Berg, Mary Berg. That's it. Yeah. Babies being potty trained. Be like, I have to practice my number 2. That reminds me, my daughter's been working on her "I Don't Care, I Love It" parody. With a little help from Dad, I must say. She made a hard pivot. It's no longer about food. Now it's about fairy tales. So it's like, it starts with, I had 2 brothers on the very day that I was born. One of them built his house of straw. The wolf just blew it down. The second built his house of sticks. It did a little better. I built my house out of some bricks. I don't care. I'm a pig. I don't care. We got to figure out what we're going to do in the bridge, but we got the verse like locked down. I had to work out, because if I just let her write the song, it always just ends up being like, I crashed my car into the pig. I don't care. I'm a pig. So I got to leave like a little bit of her influence in there, but I got to steer her towards not just changing the last word of the line to what she's trying to go for and trying to bring the whole thing together. You got to practice the 2. I do practice the 2 every time I hit the 1. Trick to winning is pretending you don't care. What do you mean pretending? I really don't care. I am a pig. I had 2 brothers on the very day that I was born. The one built his house out of some straw. The wolf just blew it down. The second one built his house out of sticks. It stood up okay. I built my house out of some bricks. I don't care. I'm a pig. I don't care. That would have been insane. You ever browse R popping? No, not. It hasn't popped up on the front page recently. A lot of r/natural bodybuilding. It really wants me to go to r/am I overreacting as well, which is like, the answer is always no. Every post I've ever seen on am I overreacting is like, am I overreacting? I've been married to my husband for 12 years and he calls me a bitch every time he texts me. You know, like, I don't believe that this is real, man. Am I overreacting? It'll be like, when are you coming home? I miss you. Fuck off. You always do this to me, you fucking bitch. Please stop talking like that. I love you. We talked about this in therapy. I fucking hate you. You ruined my life. People are like, your husband sounds like a bad guy. It's insane, man. I also got shadow banned from R-meth. Happens to the best of us, man. I didn't feel that bad about going to r/meth, but I did feel bad once Corey started reading off the title of every single post, and I was like, chill, man, these are like human beings. Like, I think it's okay to... Well, okay might not be the right word. I think it's less bad to privately consume the content but not glorify it, but I think it's way worse to... read the titles out loud and laugh at them in front of like thousands of people. You were directing them into the comments though? Well, yeah. I wanted to see what the fuck they were getting up to down there. At the risk of this being taken in bad faith, there are good drug subreddits for entertainment and bad subreddits for entertainment. Like, r/heroin is just sad. You should not go there. Unless, like, I don't know, you need a support group or something. But r/meth is kind of, I think it's, like, right on the line. Because, like, some of the posts are like, I think meth is ruining my life. But some of the posts are like, check out this shit, and it'll be like a drill with like 2 spoons duct taped to the drill bit, and then you're like, what the fuck am I looking at, man? Then they'll be like, it was 3 a.m. and I couldn't find my egg beater, so I made my own. And you're like, damn, dude, this is crazy. About the LSD post that just says what is happening, and it's just a picture of their hand. One of the top posts on our inhalants is the poop man come. And it's just a picture of a mattress with shit on it. Is that true? The poop man come. Oh man. That's fucking funny, dude. Oh, shit. Oh. Hey, the poop man come. Yeah, I don't think I could handle a sensory deprivation tank. Like, I think the odds of it happening are probably pretty low. But what if they, like, lock you in the tank and then they, like, forget that you're in there and they close up shop for the night? Oh, they must have, like, an emergency release inside of the tank or whatever, right? I would mog you in sensory deprivation. I think I'd be like, I could probably tough it out as long as they let me like bring my phone in or something. They'll let you play music. Me in the sensory deprivation tank. He could daggle, he could score. Look out, boys, it's Bobby Orr. Let's go. Let's go. Who's the best I often ponder? Right now it's Stevie Wonder. Let's go. Dude, a sensory overload tank would go far. That would be way better, man. A sensory overload tank. 30 minutes in the fucking... 30 minutes in the sensory overload tank with like 100 overlapping TikToks playing at exactly the same time. That would be fucking sick. It is a DBJ stream. Stupid fucking controller. Called it a remote. It's a controller. Dig it up in 6,000 years. Oh man. Okay, sorry. I'm locking in. This is the one, man. This is the one. I know I have no belief in myself, man. I'm locking in. Oh! Captain America, Brave New World, 52 on Rotten Tomatoes. I told you they're washed, man. That's not to say they can't get better, but they need to earn it again. And every green splat puts them like 2 movies back again. I like Anthony Mackie. I got nothing against Anthony Mackie. I think he's kind of cursed. They were like, hey, do you want to join the Marvel Cinematic Universe? It's guaranteed 85 plus on Rotten Tomatoes every single time. He's like, yeah, sign me up on your left or whatever. You got a few movies in, and then the whole thing just kind of tanked. I mean, I'm sure it's still probably a pretty good job, don't get me wrong. Hey, in between shooting these Marvel movies, you want to shoot an episode of Black Mirror, the anthology show that everybody loves? Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. A lot of people, myself included, hate the episode, and that season of the series killed it for me. And it's not his fault. I never watched something and I'm like, man, Anthony Mackie was shit in that. I feel like he just, I don't know, man. I don't know. What episode is that? It's the Mortal Kombat one. It's the one where he and his friends start playing on PS5, and then in the game they're just fucking. Yeah, Striking Vipers. I have not watched A Complete Unknown yet, but I will. Tim Sucks is singing. You know who he's imitating, right? I do get served r/Bob Dylan posts every single day, and it's never going to change because I click on like every single one of them. They should do an even more complete unknown about Bob Dylan's 67 to 77. Because I do think Timothée Chalamet, he's deep in the character, and he could do Hurricane. He could do it. Nobody could tell him no. He's flying too close to the sun right now. You're absolutely right. But he should not do even the most complete unknown from like 78 to 88 because I don't want to subject Timothy Chalamet to like the Joker man says on the light of the moon, Sam again is up on the silver spoon. Joker man, hey, we can't do that to Timothy. Somebody protect Timothy, please. That's a good song. I mean, it's got its charms. It's a great album. Whatever, man. I hop off the train for a bit around Desire. We're not, and no Nashville Skyline. Check it out the window. I know a lot of people love that album. I'm not fucking with, anytime that shit comes on shuffle. Throw my suitcase at the door. I don't need them anymore, cause tonight I'll be staying here with you. It's till the day I fucking die. Kermit the Frog ass voice. Patrick Mahomes' favorite album type shit. Oh, I believed, man. Till the Room Stinks, buddy. You put that album on, the room stinking immediately. I'm just kidding. It's actually like, it's not that bad. There are a lot worse, but I'm not really fucking with that. I mean, his voice is always an affectation, but that's my least favorite of all the affectations, I think. I do what... So, I was listening to, I don't even know how this happened. But somehow I ended up listening to Bob Dylan radio in my car. I think I got like, well, I don't know. It's my wife's like music set up on the car and she got logged out somehow. So I was like, I want to hear some Bob Dylan. But I couldn't get like it on demand. So it was just like, welcome to Bob Dylan Radio. For all of the Bob Dylan originals and covers, live performances, bootlegs, and studio recordings. And the second that the bumper stopped playing, it really was. It was like an oral assault on my senses from that fucking harmonica, man. I was laughing my shit off in the car. I was like... It's the exact meme. It was like a nuclear bomb went off inside of the car or something like that. The meme, it's one of the truest memes. Bob Dylan fans will tell you, man. And I swear, I didn't know what song it was, but the harmonica was like 4.5 minutes long. I also think Timothy Chalamet he would rip up a Joey live version. Even if the enduring legacy of Bob Dylan's album Desire is that like all those songs about criminals who were actually innocent might have actually been guilty. The album still fucking rips, man. Did Joey do that shit? I don't know, probably. FBI seems pretty convinced of it, but the song's a fucking heater, man. You're the only person who gives a shit about Desire? It's like r/Bob Dylan's 5th favorite Bob Dylan album, man. The subreddit is 5 people. It's actually 79.4 thousand people. I gotta go to Bob Dylan Real. True Bob, r/True Bob Dylan, where they're not afraid to say that Infidels fucking sucks ass, instead of being like, well, he had a lot of shit going on in his life around that time. He would kill on Cameo. I think Bob Dylan would love Cameo, man. I think he's built for that shit. You imagine you get your fucking Bob Dylan cameo? Witch's broom, a pharaoh's tomb. From whence we came, from whence we're doomed. Why do you think they call it the womb? Happy birthday, bitch. That's it. That's the end. But he hasn't stopped filming yet. He doesn't know the button. Something like happy birthday. There's a joke about Bob Dylan live performances that, like, even if you're a huge Dylan head, you don't know what song he's playing until like 90 seconds into the song. I saw him at Desert Trip and he wouldn't let the camera see his face. Yeah, I've heard like another thing about live Dylan these days is he tells the camera like you're not allowed to zoom in on him. So like the shot that you get on the screen behind Bob Dylan that's supposed to like make him look bigger for the people who are far back in the audience is like further back than the people who are sitting at the back of the audience. But like, dude, I don't know what you want me to say. He's fucking 87 years old or something, and he wrote like 10 of the greatest albums in the 20th century. Like, what do you want me to say? You should be nicer? You should fucking write a song half as good as Simple Twist of Fate, and then maybe you could start making demands of Live Nation as well. How many hurricanes do I have to do? You have to look within yourself and say, how many hurricanes do you want to do? And then, I don't know, take it up with the man above. I gotta get my daughter to do a fucking hurricane parody. Wolf whistle blares out in a piggy night. Enter my brother with his house of straw. He sees the house in a pool of sticks. Shouts out, my God, he's blown them all. Here is the story of the 3 little pigs. We could figure that shit out, man. I mean, it is like 8.5 minutes long, and it does have some touchy lyrics we're gonna have to work on. I built my house out of bricks yesterday. Who could not hold on to the wolf's big breath? You know what I'm saying? Dude, the whole album is just asking for a fucking 3 Little Pigs cover. Like an Exile in Guyville type shit, but like it's about the 3 Little Pigs. Wow! White boys really aren't moving like they used to? See, I don't think that's true. I think they're moving more different than they've ever moved before. I guess that's kind of what you're saying, but I think they have different connotations. I agree. I think Timothy changed the game, man. I think he changed the game for all of us. I'm going to start like yearning or something. I don't know. What does he do? I'm going to start doing pirouettes at the Hudson Yards singing Visions of Joanna or whatever. So White Boy Winter? You can't say that. You definitely should not say that. I love all my viewers of All Stars and Stripes. We're chill, though. We're all chill. That's like my political view too. It's like good vibes. Don't be an asshole. No racism. Everything else is just water under the fridge. Discord ass rules. That's true, dude. That's such a good bit to get banned from a stream. Is because every streamer has like no racism in the rules. Just first time chat message. I noticed you have no racism, but not no homophobia in your rules. Would you care to comment on this? I would not care to comment. It got me laughing because Justin occasionally will link me to stuff from Blue Sky and be like, this is what you're missing on that website. And it's always stuff that he knows that will piss me off, which is why I'm always happy that he links me to it. So one of the blue skeets that he linked me to was like, it was a joke about drunk driving. And it was obviously a joke, okay? Then all the replies were like taking it literally. So one of the replies was like, actually, one of my family members almost got killed by a drunk driver. So no, I don't think we should be making jokes about drunk driving. And you're like, that's a classic like Twitter style response is like, hey, I know you were making a joke, but like I'm morally superior to you. So I'm going to make you like feel bad. I told him that he should reply to that and say, oh, so you only realized drunk driving was bad when it had a personal impact on you? But nobody had the courage to do it, man. No, and you shouldn't do it. It's a bad thing to say, but they shouldn't have posted that shit in the first place just to elevate themselves above you. I can do that shit all fucking day. You want a moral grandstand? Take a earnest comment in bad faith, you sack of crap? It is also true that most crashes happen between sober drivers. See, this is I don't know if... Guys, be real with me. Are millennials the only generation that understands? Drunk driving is obviously bad. That's why it's funny to pretend that it isn't. That's the joke, man. That's where the humor lies. You put the shit on the plant to make it grow funnier. You don't get it, man. You don't get it. Millennials are the ones shaming. Yeah, that's actually true, sadly. Millennials and then like people of any age, but I'm going to say that they're predominantly Gen X, where their avatar is like an extreme close-up of their eyeball but like the sun has come in through their window and created like a prism of visible light, like a rainbow, and then they've silhouetted their eyeball with the rainbow and taken a shot at like 10x zoom. You know what cooks me every time I drive? I know I've said this a few times before, but it's not getting better. The percentage of people at stoplights that are looking like this every single second that they're at the stoplight. That shit, I think we might be cooked as a society. Good thing you paused. Yourself included? No, man, no. Hang on, I got one of my calluses just came off. I gotta cut it off here. I'm so sorry. So people with ADHD shouldn't drive. Fuck. How do I spin that one? Fuck. Nobody should have to drive. We should build trains. You parried it. I think I flubbed the riposte, but I parried the interpretation. I'm just surprised how many people like need to look at their phones that often. Don't get me wrong, I look at my phone, but like not when I'm driving. And I'm like, I was gonna say I'm cooked, but actually from observing other people in public, I think I might be undercooked as compared to the average. And it's not Gen Z, man. It's the boomers and Gen X and probably a lot of millennials. I'm not trying to like deny that my generation does anything wrong, but it's like almost always like a pretty old person that's like at the stoplight just flicking through shit on their phone, watching AI generated videos. There's a little bit of that going on in my family right now. I know it's like you can't, it's disingenuous to be like you should just like lock in and consume like real art, but I'm like you guys should lock in and like consume some, and they do watch movies, to be fair. So it's partly like my own interpretation of the behavior, but I think it's also because I'm too close to the slaughterhouse, because I also make YouTube slop, that when people are like watching YouTube slop that I love, like people I love are watching YouTube slop, I'm like, that's not for you. That's for other people. I feel you. I work in ads. Yeah, I can understand that. Get him. We gave him a false sense of security. No, don't get him. He's okay. He might be Jesse Eisenberg from A Real Pain. I mean, I'm cognizant of the fact that I'm like, I will never eat at a corporate-owned restaurant. And then like every 24 minutes, like 70% of the people watching the stream get hit with like a DoorDash ad. Like it's a crazy world we live in. And you love McDonald's? Yes, but I don't love the McDonald's company. I love the McDonald's food. I think that's actually spiritually nourishing. I'm not saying the food is spiritually nourishing. I'm saying that it's true to my, not denying the way that my spirit feels when I eat the food is nourishing my soul. It would be worse to live a disingenuous life and say, oh, this delicious hamburger is actually shitty. I would love to be eating a worse hamburger right now. $10 to draft a McDonald's order. Who you picking? Small fries. Just kidding. It's actually, if you use the app, it's still pretty cheap, I'd say. But $10 to draft a McDonald's order. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit. It's going to be a little bit crazy, but bear with me, okay? I think I'm going to get a 10-piece chicken McNugget first. And then I'm going to get like a medium fries. And I'm going to get a medium Coke Zero. And that should put me like right there. Have you ever had a freak like me come through before? You ever have a motherfucker like me show up and come up with something crazy like that? $13 Canadian? Don't think so. And don't do that fucking shit where you go to like, well, at the downtown Vancouver McDonald's, using the DoorDash app, that's actually $21.90. You use the fucking app, say you're going to pick it up, complete the order, but don't pick it up. I'm telling you that shit, it's going to be close, but I think it's $8.99. Check it out for yourself right now. Okay, you motherfuckers, give me a second. Do not text and drive while using the McDonald's app. I'm at work right now. Don't condescend to me. You're a robot. Okay, hang on. Home. Skirt! Imagine, man. Imagine if I got in a car crash on stream in my computer chair. You, man, that'd be crazy, man. Why do they have so many fucking chicken items, man? I don't want a spicy bacon deluxe grilled chicken sandwich. I want 10 fucking nuggets. Wow, it's $16.69? What the fuck? Wait, whoa. Hang on. Do I have this shit set on delivery? That $16.69? Are you flicking me, man? That's not right. Something's wrong. Maybe it's like surge pricing. That stings, man. I gotta go to the restaurant tonight to check that out for myself. I'll tell you one thing, if that shit is $16.99, my ass is not rounding up for Ronald McDonald House anymore. You can lower the price. If you round down to the closest dollar, I'll round that shit up to the nearest dollar. But if you're gonna charge me I'm probably gonna still do it. It's usually like 37 cents. I'll take my business elsewhere. McDonald's is too expensive. I'll take my business elsewhere. Goes next door. What the fuck? 5-piece tender and fries? $22.99? Ghibli, you cannot get a whole chicken at Burger King for $5. You're thinking of Costco, man. $1.79 a nug. Well, listen, that's with the meal, so it's not $1.79 a nug, okay? There's like, you got to pay a little premium for the fries as well, and the soda. My city's pissing me off, man. Bathroom doors should be unlocked. If someone has been in the bathroom in a public, I say this is a long pooper, a remarkably long pooper. If someone's in the public bathroom for more than 6 minutes, there should be a button that the front desk can press that shoots hot water out of the ceiling. That seems like a good compromise. Not boiling hot water, just like just like too hot to like be able to ignore. What if it's an emergency? We'll fucking go out and go back in, okay? There's ways around this shit. Sure, I'll just go out with my ass out? Well, there should be, the last 60 seconds, there should be like a beep that's like, if you don't get out within the next 60 seconds, we're going to start spraying the water. So that gives you time to wipe, zip up, exit the room, which will reset the timer, and then say to the person behind you in line, probably me, trying to make sure that my kid can actually use the potty, say, sorry, it's a big one, and then go back. This is a bad idea? Well, like, the system we have right now doesn't work, man. Because, like, every public bathroom door is locked, and then you got to go talk to someone to either get a key or a code to open it. But, like, I don't believe that the barista should have control over who's pissing and shitting. Sometimes they're like 17, 18 years old. I don't think they should be doing the vibe check of like, sorry, I don't think you should have access to the bathroom. This sounds like a Vancouver problem. Well, I can't fix every problem in the city, so that's why it's easier to fix the problem with the bathrooms, man. Also, I don't know, let's find out who's a fucking real dude like myself and who's a fucking NIMBY. Do you respect that you must buy something to use the bathroom? I used to. I no longer do. And you might say, why? It's not worth $4.50 for me to take a piss. I just need to piss. Be cool. I'm not going to fuck up the toilet or anything. I just need to piss. I had to pay a tax because I'm well hydrated. Fuck you, Blends Coffee. No disrespect. I'm like, this is not a gangster moment, but like, you're not going to stop me. What are you going to do? Call the cops? This guy didn't buy a scone. You're banned from the store? Bro, it's Blends. They'd be doing me a favor. You ever see those TikToks that are like, I never blink. If you don't believe me, join the live. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm in the business of producing content. But whenever I find out that like someone who's not in this business is consuming the content on TikTok willfully, I have a lot of questions. I get the answer. The answer is that it's entertaining. I kind of do look at it like you're smoking like 10 cigarettes at the same time. This content is like smoking one, it's like smoking a pipe. Like it makes you smart. But the average TikTok content, like, I feel like we're learning something about ourselves from this. You might not like what you learn, but don't take that shit up with me. That was probably baked into your DNA. This, plus it being the summer between 11th grade and 12th grade, plus your best friend is there and the girl you used to have a crush on in middle school is there too. This would be such a fucking vibe, dude. This would be such a fucking... you'd be having the deepest fucking conversations when they bust out the 3 bottle caps and the table. There's no doubt about that. Okay, I'm gonna leave you hanging on that one. I'm gonna go pee. Now, where were me? What? No, my aura! My aura! It's so funny to imagine that I'm not actually going to the bathroom. I'm just stepping slightly out of the webcam frame and going, ah! And then putting my hand on my tummy and sitting back down. Where were me? Oh, right. Beating the game. Thoughts on double income, no kids? I support it for you. I don't know if you saw, the algorithm got me on this one. There was a thread on r/Disneyland that had to have its comments locked. When you go to Disneyland, you can tell a cast member that you're there for like a celebration, like your birthday or an anniversary or something like that. And they'll give you a button that says, I'm here celebrating, and you can like Sharpie marker, like, my 10th anniversary, or something like that. And the button that they had posted was, I'm celebrating double income, no kids. Oh, man. The comments were a war zone. It was a complete war zone. I don't get it. Well, I don't think it's not okay, but it has a smarmy energy to go to a place that, no disrespect, is made for children and be like, have a button on your shirt that says like, I'm rich and I don't have kids. So there's a little bit of like a smarmy energy to it, which is why it's fucking funny. But a lot of people did not see the humor in it. I'm worried about your 3. Yeah, watch this. You know what, brother? Maybe worry about yourself. That was fucking cool. It did slip out at the end, but that was fucking cool. I was surprised. I didn't expect it to work. Now, if we could do that on demand for number 2. Kind of worried about my number 2. You know what, buddy? Worry about yourself. Oh, okay, almost. I know what we got to do. When we hit 1, everybody type, I'm worried about your 2. I'm a high school math teacher. I've been watching all day instead of grading my students' homework. I mean, honestly, based, there'll be new students next year. It's February. Like, the year's basically done anyway. You're never going to see them again. Also, if you're like a math teacher, have you considered that you don't have to mark all of your students' homework? You only have to mark the homework of the students who are bad at math. Because the students who are good at math probably got it all right. So I would just give them like an A. Like, it's a waste of your time to have to go through and just go check. Like, you're not teaching them anything. You're not telling them anything they don't know. They already know they're smart. You worried about my 2? Okay, worry about this, buddy. You worry about yourself. My 2 is under control. Anything else you're worried about? You got any other shit you're worried about? Worried about my 3. My 3, you're worried about my 3. Fuck! It wasn't even in the ballpark, man. I got too nervous. I couldn't stop myself from smiling, man. Oh, it was from r/Walt Disney World. Thank you. Mine would have been double income 2 cats. Yeah, I mean, Chibli, it's Reddit, man. It's Reddit. What do you want? You don't go to Subway and go, oh, it smells like bread in here, you know? My posts are doing Iron Man numbers. I know that's right, man. Thick stacks, my pockets on creatine. Young Money, Dipset, we a team. If you don't like it, buddy, frick you, no Vaseline. Skirt, I peel off like the Lamborghini. Got the industry shaking like a tambourine. With lips like Angelina Jolie. I don't remember the rest of the... What does he say? What does he say? I believe he says, bitch holler, it is Lil Weezy. They cannot see me. They are like Stevie. Buddy, you didn't have to... We all know he's blind, okay? Except for Bill Simmons, I think, who might believe that he can see. Stevie's probably saying, what did he say fuck me for, man? It is crazy that he sits courtside at the basketball games. You would think that that would be the worst seat. Because A, if the ball's coming for your face, you're not going to know it. And B, he's got to walk down all those steps from wherever he enters the concourse. If anything, he should be sitting close to like the entrance to the gate. I saw a video of him catching a ball someone threw at him. No, I don't. Listen, I know. I know that not all quote unquote blind people just see pure darkness. But I do not believe that Stevie Wonder caught something that was thrown at his head. Did you see the post, am I weird for touching my husband's penis on r/marriage? Every man in the chat simultaneously, no! Anyway, I find myself enjoying touching my husband's penis when we're alone in our bedroom, or when we're lying in bed doing nothing, or when I wake up in the middle of the night. By touching, I mean light touching. Does that make me weird? That's wholesome, man. That's wholesome. I mean, is it weird? Yes, it is. It's weird. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I woke up in the middle of the night and Kate was like lightly touching my penis, I would be like, "What's going on here?" This is like I thought we were sleeping. I would be. My first thought, maybe my second thought would be like, "Is everything okay?" I get it though. How do you get it? Well, I don't know. Sometimes, like, when I'm bored, I'd just be like, you know, play with my elbow or something like that. Just something to do. Put my hands on top of my head. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. It's just a behavior. Elbow's a little different than penis, though. I mean, not when you're not hard. They're kind of like, they're more similar than different, man. They will not divide us. It was just skin, man. It's only skin, like the last track on Joanna Newsom's album, Ease. Sorry, I forgot you're worried about my two. You were right to be worried about it. That's a good one. No! No, man, no. The fucking ghost of Bill Walton smacked that shit out and said, this is my house. The Coctuah Twins. Shibley, have you done this before? Spitting on a stinky thing. I want to... Wait, I'm tired, I'm going to bed, king. Spitting on a stinky thing. I want to defraud all of my investors. Oh, yeah, no, that's... Is it... Defrauding my investors. It had me feeling like I gotta go to sleep. Yes, man. Yes, dude. We got it. Spitting on a stinky thing. I think I'll do a little rug pulling. 'Cause we are defrauding our investors. It's got me feeling like I'm feeling quite sleepy. Something like that. Well, it doesn't have to be stinky, but it has to have that same kind of like... Spitting on a stinky penis. Yeah, something like that. We'll figure it out, man. You see, defrauding my investors. They have me feeling like I gotta go get sleepy. Something like that. You don't have to change the rest of the lyrics, because the rest of the lyrics are all like, Bino Cape, Shladum. Apollo, watch it. Apollo, you're here for the exact perfect moment. Chat, does that count? Does that count? No! Oh. This is giving me an anxiety attack. Bro, just chill. There's no anxiety. Watch this. Here's what you do, Apollo. You type, I'm worried about your 2. After we sync 1, you type, I'm worried about your 2. You know what's crazy? There's a lot of games where, like, when you're playing them, you want them to end. This is it's a bit of a mind fuck. You just have to trust me. I'm trying as hard as I can to get this, but I don't want it to end. I don't really want it to go in. Like, I'll be temporarily exhilarated when it goes in, and then immediately, I think I'll feel like a little bit of emptiness. The number of first-time chat messages I get that have the word bald in them is fucking insane, man. It's crazy. It's like at least 75% of the first-time chat messages say bald. Came back after 3 hours, nothing's changed. Wrong, we've changed a lot. Wait, were you here for this? Were you here for this? Sing the words if you know it.
Covert, what a man, we see him, it's wham bam.
Let's go! Let's go!
Listen, never turtle, you do that,
Don't call you Myrtle! Let's go! That's problematic. Let's go! Whip, 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 whip.
He could dangle, he could score.
It's Bobby Orr! Let's go! Let's go!
Who's the best I often ponder right now?
Stevie Wonder! Let's go!
Let's go!
What's up with the heavy breathing? I didn't notice that the first time.
Let's tangle. Beauty.
Okay, now play it the Canadian way.
Let's go.
Let's go!
What a pop. Oh, how she loves the Stanley Cup. Hockey man is what I am.
Let's go!
Listen to what I say. Play that game the Canadian way. Hockey man is what I am.
Let's go! There's a lot more. They used every sample on the fucking keyboard, man. They used every sample. Sirens, heavy breathing, animal screams.
All right, this part is for you.
Oh, man. It gets me every time, man. The human scream at the end. Oh. Can you replay it? There was an ad. I wish, man. I wish. 2 per stream is my limit. It is the most assaulting song I think I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, that's like, no matter how low you make the volume, it's too loud. Even on 1, it like fully saturates your ear canal. It's crazy. Well, that first time chat message did not have bald in it. I stand corrected. It can get worse, yes. Whatever, we just put the caps in the fucking caps, mate. Fuck you. What was Don's problem when his French girlfriend sang? I think that he was worried that, like, the other members of Sterling Cooper would think, like, he got all, like, soft because he had a European girlfriend. Or mistress, I guess. To be fair, the song, she did a good job, but the song fucking sucked. Shooby-dooby-doo. She's just saying the same shit over and over again, man. It can't hold a candle to like something like...
Image wham bam! Let's go!
I'm sorry, it's so much better with the video, but I'm not gonna play the video. If you've never seen how Don Cherry dresses, I mean, you're really missing out on I would say like at least 50% of the character arc of Don Cherry. It is the most compressed song ever made. I think they probably converted it from like Og Vorbis or something. Flack Lossless. Patrick Bateman talking about Rock'em Sock'em. I know a lot of people think Rock'em Sock'em kind of jumped the shark around Rock'em Sock'em 12, but personally I found a little bit of absurdity. The Taoist, I don't know, fucking, just put the chip in the fucking bottle cap, man. Which, thanks for being cool with this stuff. YouTube is not going to get it. They're going to be people that are, like in 4 years, they're going to be leaving comments like, I'm just glad he's not playing Trick Shot Simulator anymore. Now, if you're watching on YouTube and you get it, I'm not talking about you, okay? I'm talking about the other viewers. You know, I could head it off at the pass and just title the YouTube video like a lie. I'll be like, Ludwig said I couldn't beat this game. And then people would be like, wow, that was really engaging content. But if I just call it like, who's the best I often ponder, people are going to be like, really? This VOD is 3.5 hours long. The packaging, it makes a big difference to a lot of people. That's the thing. People, they'll feel betrayed, man. If they watch 3.5 hours on YouTube and we don't land the trick shot at the end of the video, they're going to feel like they wasted their time. Which, can I say something, is their problem. Sometimes the good guys lose, man. There's a lesson in that. Also, seeing the chip go in the bottle cap isn't going to save you. Only finasteride can save you, or whatever. Minoxidil, what do they call it? This is like when MOBA YouTubers post a loss. Do they really only post wins? Wins or losses where they were the MVP? That's smart, man. I should fucking do that. How many bizarre losses have you posted? There were like 3 videos in a row where I, like in the first video, I got like 6 wins. Then I lost 4 days in a row. And then in the next video, I lost 7 days in a row and got 0 wins total. And then in the next video, I started with like 4 straight losses. There was legitimately like almost 20 days of straight losses in a row, which was crazy. Alpha Rad has a 3-hour Mario Maker video where he doesn't get the level. I respect that so much, man. I respect that. That's like real shit, man. That's why the Sixers are so good, man. You got to respect the process. Why is Ben Simmons bad at basketball? He has a mental block, can't shoot. Australian. No. There's that one Australia guy who's good at basketball. Steven, whatever his name is. He's good, right? He played at Gonzaga. He's from New Zealand, actually. All right, never mind. Australians, maybe you're washed, man. But like, didn't he go first in the draft? Like, what happened? Not Steven Adams. I'm talking about Ben Simmons. He's the dude from Whiplash. You're just saying he needs like a Fletcher type coach. Is he going to get that on the Clippers? Canada shit never pissed me off until you said Gonzaga. What did I do, man? Didn't Steven Adams play for Gonzaga? Okay, if Steven Adams didn't play for Gonzaga, in 2005 or 2006, there was a motherfucker who looks like Steven Adams who played for Gonzaga. Can somebody look up who that is? Adam Morrison, thank you. Are they like brothers or something? Zach from Gongaga. You talking about like some shit like a fucking ooh doo 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 ooh doo 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 doo. You talking about some shit like that? You talking about some shit like doo 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 doo. Just songs to warm up, playing your clarinet to before music class starts. We gotta have one more good try, man. How fast can you throw the chip? Watch this. Hey, why is everybody posting Google translated comments from a Kuukiyomi video in Japanese? Toasty, I didn't quite understand what was happening. My thinking was that somebody translated my Kuukiyomi video to Japanese, and then there's lots of Japanese comments. And like, a lot of the comments are fucking, dude, maybe I should have been Japanese. Because a lot of the comments are like, it breaks my heart how much he cares about the service staff when you play like the mini game where they like pour you tea and shit like that. And everyone in the audience from North America was like, that's not how you do it in Japan. And then all the Japanese people are like, the care that he takes when he holds the cup when they pour the tea is so melancholy. They fucking love me, dude. I knew it. He must have been Japanese in a previous life. Okay, what do you think about that? When ordering beer, the kindness that oozes out from the way he does things for the sake of the staff, even though he would normally do it to suit those around him. I know that's right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Relax, bud. Just put the fucking Namabiru Hitotsu in the glass, okay? People from overseas, he seems to be having fun playing Japanese games. It's going to be fun this way. It makes me feel warm. All right, now that, I got to assume that something got lost in translation on that one. Because that's... Just put the like in the bag, okay? Just put the warmth in your heart. He has a great ability to read the atmosphere, and it is simply smart. Yep, yeah, I've been saying that for a while. A table in the kitchen, a madness in the hall. You know what I'm talking about? Bruce Coburn type shit? Go to back to sleep. It's just a dream, that's all. You don't know it? You don't know that type shit? How come the window's broken? What caused the vase to fall? And who, that's where you go, who put that bullet hole in Peggy's kitchen wall? You did it. You fucking nailed it. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Did we do something to deserve this? Yeah, you've been good today, man. Don't post the fucking colon nutsack, man. Remember that ASCII dick in Chib's chat on Monday? Yes.
Oh, it's so shit. Oh, it's so dumb, man. Is that a penis? You're done for. Yep, you're done. Ryan, don't laugh at it. Ryan, you're a mod. Ryan, get to the. You're a mod. Ryan, walk! Go to work, man! I'm kidding. It's funny. It is funny. Unfortunately, I think they, they might get banned just on the website. I don't think Twitch likes it when you do penises. Ryan timed them out for a minute.
I laughed when I saw it, and then I saw an opportunity to yes end it. Because Chimley was going, Ryan, you're a mod, do your job. So I went, okay. And then I typed /timeout their name 60. And then it brought the house down, man. It brought the house down. That was an honest day's work today. It's so fucking funny, man. It's so fun. This is the best. It's the best stream, man. It's the best stream. I don't know what to tell you. You didn't do anything? I never do. But this strips away all the pretense, man. Corey at 1:09 p.m. posted him landing the first trick shot. Dude, he's in. Yes, dude. We're gonna take the whole website by storm. My eyes are a little messed up from staring, though. I don't know if this is out of touch or too real. I apologize either way. I have like 20 things I need to send to my accountant. I know I've needed to send them to my accountant for like 2 weeks. I keep stalling because the deadline isn't for like, I don't know, a while. But then every day when I finish my stream, I go to Gmail and I go, fuck, I hope he didn't email me to say like, and because what the email says is always like, hey, just bumping this. But then what the email means is like, you motherfucker, you literally just need to give me like 20 PDFs, please. You just have to give me 20 PDFs. Just bringing this to your attention. And I'm like, I know, I'm fucking stupid. I'm like a little worm. But no email. So we fucking tanked those, dude. That means I'm probably good for another day. 20 PDFs is a lot. I know, we'll fucking blame it on Caesar or whatever for making there be 12 months in a year. Later. That reminds me, my daughter's been working on her I Don't Care, I Love It parody. She made a hard pivot. It's no longer about food. Now it's about fairy tales. So it's like, it starts with, I had 2 brothers on the very day that I was born. One of them built his house of straw, the wolf just blew it down. The second built his house of sticks, it did a little better. I built my house out of some bricks. I don't care, I'm a pig. I don't care. I had 2 brothers on the very day that I was born. The one built his house out of some straw, the wolf just blew it down. The second one built his house out of sticks, it stood up okay. I built my house out of some bricks. I crashed my car into the pig. I don't care, I'm a pig. I don't care. You're on a different bread, I'm on a bun that's great. You want me on a burger, but I am on a plate. You're like a bowl of peas, we've gotta make a switch. You're like a mac and cheese, but I'm a fish and chip. I love food.